All right, hello everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. We're going to watch a video clip from Big Boy TV, an interview with the one and only West Side Boogie, whose brand new LP is out now. He is on Eminem's record label Shady Records famously, and from what I understand, a kind of interesting revelation comes to light in the midst of this interview that he's doing here. Let's check out the clip.
What advice has he given you that's really stuck with you? Because I'm sure he's, like you said, he tells you a lot of things, but what's something you always carry with you?
Two things is me not taking blogs personal when they give me like bad ratings. Like it was this dude named Anthony Fontaine. I love that name dropping. His name like Needle Drop on YouTube. He like famous for like rating people albums.
Oh Lord!
So he gave me like a 7.5, and obviously my brain, I think I'm supposed to have 100 out of 10. He gave Eminem a 2. So Eminem was like, yo, he give me bad grades every time. You can't take that personal because like some people just not gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have consistent belief in myself.
Honestly, overall, pretty based advice. I mean, look, even if I feel like West Side Boogie's record is a 3, 4, 5, like he's completely well within his right to believe in his own stuff and believe in himself and believe in the quality of his work. The point of a review is not to take away from that or prevent that or keep any artist from seeing merit in what they do or keeping their fans from seeing merit in what they do too. Obviously, there can be alternative perspectives and there can be debate and there can be discourse and there can be a back and forth over like what's actually good, what's actually not, so on and so forth. But like at the end of the day, when I do a review of Eminem or anybody, like it's not my goal at the end of the video, or it's not my hope that I'm like,
yeah, I really want this artist to hate their own music now that I've said a negative thing about it.
Like that would actually be quite unfortunate and sad. And while, maybe I don't exactly agree with the framing of like, not everybody's gonna get it. It is true. Not everybody gets or understands certain things in art and music. And I'm not certainly the most perfect when it comes to comprehending everything that comes, by my ears. But most importantly, not everybody's going to like everything. As an artist or any kind of content creator, you're not going to please everybody all the time. That's impossible. And if you are, you're probably doing something quite boring or bland or maybe agreeable to the point where there's not anything really standout or bold or, risky about it whatsoever. But yeah, West Side Boogie's new record, More Black Superheroes, is out now. Check it out. I haven't finished going through it entirely myself, but if I do, at some point, I will give some thoughts on it. With that being said, wow, okay, so Eminem has watched my videos or is aware of my reviews and is instructing people close to him to not worry so much about what I say and what I do because I give a lot of his stuff negative ratings and opinions. I have had lots of praise for the early stuff. I have had praise for MMLP2. There were tracks on Music to Be Murdered By that I thought were pretty good. I mean, my praise and thoughts on Eminem's music, even these days, is not completely and entirely negative across the board. I have had some pretty negative opinions of M's work, especially recent work, and have gone even much lower than a 2. I think with Revival I went a 1, and maybe that was generous. But dang the GOAT, the rap god, watching my videos, which, I mean, we already knew. There was that one time, if you guys remember, where Eminem dissed me. He gave me a little bit of a diss, and, I had to defend myself. I think I did a lot better of a job than MGK did, because, to my knowledge, Eminem has not responded to my response yet, so I think I took the W on that one. Would like to put a pin in something here and say, though, at the end of the day, my reviews, my takes, I absolutely do not 110% do it with the anticipation or the hope or the expectation that the artist who I'm reviewing will watch it and love it and agree with it or take everything I say to heart. I make my content for music fans, for music nerds, for people who are looking for some kind of like music discussion or discourse. If no artist ever watched any of my videos from now until the end of time, that would be completely fine, since at the end of the day, I'm not really like desperate for everybody who I review to watch every single thing that I do. If they decide to, that's their choice. And if they do choose that, I hope they know that whatever I say, they take it with a grain of salt and they understand that it's just my opinion. That goes for records I love, records I hate, artists who tend to get positive reviews, artists who tend to get negative ones, artists who are underground and obscure, and artists as gigantic as Eminem. But still, it is quite nice and honestly flattering to know that Eminem has checked the content, peeped what I do, regardless of whether or not he liked it or hated it, had enough feelings about it for it to actually kind of stick with him. And he's like, oh, that's that guy that hates all my shit. When you're reviewing things and giving opinions that people may disagree with, you can't always, especially, you can't always be in control of how people are going to receive what you do and see it as something good or constructive, or something that is awful and pointless and useless and something that you're just kind of wasting your time on. I would also like to commend M here on something I already presume to be the case based on certain songs and comments and interviews he's done in the past, and that's just his self-awareness and his willingness to engage with criticism, be it super negative criticism. Sometimes it's not always in the healthiest way, but still, it does seem like he pays attention and he takes it in and he takes note of it. And, you know, you could see this as a good thing or a bad thing, but it is cool that despite all of the waves of hate and criticism and so on and so forth, he seems to mostly stick to his guns and continues to do his own thing in a very kind of confident and unwavering way. And that cannot be said of all artists who have received as much hate over the years, many of which have folded or changed course, maybe not always for the better, or maybe ended up doing something less authentic to them, and that he takes his own experience and he bestows it upon the artists who he works with or has on his label when he sees them in a situation where maybe they're kind of like questioning themselves or the direction, or like, you know, taking the criticism thrown at them and their music in maybe not the healthiest way. I think that's cool. I think that's great. But yes, I think I can say in this video, Mr. Nem, thank you for whatever times you have seen my content. I am very happy you have seen my content, even if that content that you saw was not always the most positive content. And as someone who was just freaking crazy about the Slim Shady LP in 8th grade, I would like to say thank you for your years of service and all the laughs, all the bars, and all the fun. And I think I can leave it there. You guys are the best. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Eminem, Westside Boogie, forever.